So wanted to show you how I got internet from my house to my metal building here. I kind of struggled with this for a while. I tried all the various, powerful Wi-Fi router from inside the house, which I do have, and it works pretty good. But wireless signal just doesn't really penetrate metal buildings. So I was hoping it would shoot through this door here, which is fiberglass, so that actually worked okay, but it just wasn't really reliable. So tried all kinds of extenders and boosters and things along those lines, but nothing really worked out well for a truly reliable connection. So dug a bit deeper and came across these CPE devices, which are generally um, it seems like they're used more for business type applications, but they're becoming more available, or maybe they've always been there, but just nobody's really known much about them, as I don't see too much information about them in general. There's certainly some similar stuff out there that costs quite a bit more than these, but this was a pretty cheap solution. So uh, each of these was 50 bucks a piece, so for 100 bucks I was able to get internet into the metal building here, as it requires two of them. So showing you the one obviously on the metal building here, so flip around, and here's the other one on my house. So the way this works is I've got a internet connection or an Ethernet line up on my roof, so I just ran that out to this one here, which is configured as an access point. The one that I just showed you on the metal building is configured as a client. So basically the house one is transmitting the signal, and the one on the shop is receiving the signal. You do also need another router on the on the shop side, or the client side, to be able to disperse that signal wherever you want to from there. But this specific model here is a CPE510 by D-Link. I think they also refer to it as a N300. Um, but again, it connects up to just an Ethernet line coming out of my house, which goes down to my main distribution panel within the house that's connected to my internet service provider, and I have a wireless router to feed the house. So basically all that you're looking at is it just takes the signal that's coming from the provider here, and through line of sight is transmitting it to my shop here. So this is much more convenient than digging lines in the ground or whatnot. And they actually advertise these to be able to go up to 9 miles. So I know there's other wireless or radio devices out there to where those specs seem kind of crazy, but I can tell you we're in a rural area here, so these antennas that I now have are essentially a smaller version of the antennas that I'm actually receiving internet from my provider. So being in this rural area, we don't have any internet in the ground. So there's 5G towers up on a mountain close by, and I've got another antenna mounted out on the front of my house that receives the signal. So these are powerful, reliable antennas or transmitters in general. So it's I think they can be trusted, is what I'm getting at. But again, basically all you need is two of these, one set up as an access point, the other one set up as a client. These D-Link ones had good instructions with them. It was really simple to plug into them and configure them. And then once you got them line of sight of each other, then just run the Ethernet cable to your router that's inside the shop, and I'm sending mine wireless from there through the shop. The only other thing that's really required is they got to have power, so you just got to have electrical power somewheres along the Ethernet line connection. So, as long as you have power inside of your shop and you have power at your distribution panel within the house, that would be where you put the PoE, power over Ethernet, injectors. They just get plugged in line to add power to the Ethernet cable. So anyways, this is a cheap solution. Again, $100. It's been extremely reliable. I stream my TV service out to the metal building now, where before that was very unreliable. So it's working great for me.